Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and this is Plush number 2 from Antarctic Press. It is a very unique comic book. So, before we get into the particulars, we're going to recap the previous issue in vague outline. We have the main character, Carrie, and she's a shut-in. She's kind of college age. I don't think it's ever really said. She might be a little older than that. I'm not really sure at this point because it's been like, I don't know, 6 months since the previous issue came out. It's been a while, which is why we're doing a recap. Her hobby is making plushes. She has issues with her mother, who's dead, and this little stuffed kitty cat that's magic came to life to rescue her. Okay, great. You now have the premise of the book. So in this issue, let's just flip it open and you can see. Start the book with the little cat, the little magic cat, sewing. Because when you have paws, that is absolutely the thing you can do. And you know what? She makes that comment too, and I'm glad she did, because that's kind of a common sense thing that somebody has to say. But you know what? It's a magic stuffed animal cat. I think at this point, my suspension of disbelief will allow me to accept that he can hold a freaking needle in his hand. Paw thing. I can just accept that based on the crazy premise we've got. Anyway, he's there to help her. So he makes a new style of plush. It's really cute. And I have a really hard time calling them plushes because I want to call them stuffed animals. So if you hear me hesitate to say the word plush, that's why. It's not a word that's actually really in my vocabulary. They're stuffed animals to me. Sometimes they're cute. That's one thing I like about this book. We'll start getting into criticisms here in a bit. This book is cute, and it's genuine cute. Really? I got a, I got like a grease smudge on the inside of my book. Whatever. It's cute. It's genuinely cute. It feels weirdly innocent. There's no there's no real meanness. It's got a kind of gentleness to it. It's not typical. This isn't something you see in comics very often, not even in kids' comics. It's a very gentle, friendly kind of comic. It's also super weird. Now you're looking at the art, right? You've been looking at this cat and you're like, oh my god. You've been looking at her, you're like, oh my god. And you're kind of right. The art style is totally webcomic tier. Like, I saw a whole bunch of webcomics that looked a whole lot like this way back in. I'm trying to nail down the date. Let's just go like early 2000s during the webcomic boom. If you're old enough, you might remember the webcomic boom. That was when things like PvP were funny. PvP hasn't been. PvP wasn't funny after like its first 6 months, and the author seems like a total scumbag. But that's beside the point. Penny Arcade, boy, Penny Arcade was really funny in its first couple years because they were incisive about everything. They took risks, and it paid off. It built them a brand. That's where the PAX Expo and all that comes from. Now, there were lots of great webcomics back then. One of my favorites is Exploitation Now. I actually own a hardback printed edition of that. Poe has since the creator of Exploitation Now. He's moved on to other things. This harkens back to webcomics like that. It's what it looks like. It's what it feels like. So anyway, the cat makes a stuffed animal, and he's like, "Hey, you can make this faster. It's cute. It's different from other designs." She's like, "You know what it is?" The cat's like, "Hey, can we donate some?" See, the cat's a schemer. And Gordon and the others, they're all schemers. But the cat's a schemer, and so she donates some to the hospital, including to this little boy. And then, hmm? Now, I don't know how old this boy is. This is like, if you can get past the art, okay, and you go, oh yeah, the writing, it is what it is. It's like I tried to explain the tone of the writing. Like, it's gentle. And oh man, I this is hard to talk about because get here and this page just seems weird or wrong, and it's the kid. I can't tell how old this kid is. Is he 10? Is he 12? Is he 8? Like, if he's 8, this reaction makes some sense. If he's like 12, dude, I don't care what 12-year-old boy you give the stuffed animal to, he's not going to have this reaction unless he's being sarcastic. Oh, wow, you made this, Miss Carrie? It looks like an expensive store brand. Haha, no, I didn't buy it. I make plushies like that to sell. Wow, I don't think I've ever had a plush this nice or this cute in my life. Do you really like it? I love it. Oh, wow, it's so squishy, too. I'm so glad. Oh gosh, I don't even know like if an 8-year-old would get that excited for a stuffed animal, like an 8-year-old boy. I'm guessing this is a boy. He had a boy's name. Hold on, let's go back. What was his name? Cody? Toby. His name was Toby. Okay, and I don't know how old he is. Maybe they said in the comic and I missed it, but I don't know how old he is, and it feels so weird. It doesn't seem. This is everything else in this book feels kind of genuine. This doesn't. That's why it sticks out so much. This does not feel genuine. This does not feel honest. It should, because it seems like a key thing for the character. So anyway, after that, and it's a really cute stuffed animal too, by the way. After that, oh, last panel. I'm going to talk to Miss Carrie. You know where this is going, right? We're just going to cut to him grabbing her phone and putting his phone number in. Oh, the big brother's named Cody. Okay, that's where Cody came from. And the book ends with her having a nightmare. Some other stuff, there's some other dialogue and stuff that's interesting in there. But I think you kind of see what's up with this book, whether it's for you or not. And I don't think this book has a very big audience. Did this even make it in Comicron? What? I don't know what month this came out. What? Let me pop over here to this. Let's see. Uh, Plush. No search results for Google. Well, I think that kind of says it all for what the sales of this book are. It apparently didn't even chart. Hmm. So the audience for this book is pretty small. It'd probably be bigger if everybody who was in this community was buying this book. I doubt they are. I doubt very many of them even know this exists. This really feels like it would have a much easier time finding a market as a web comic. And I just thought I'd open the front up here just to see if it was a web comic. It sure doesn't say it is. Open up the back. But I think the back was all AP ads. Yeah, it's all AP ads. I really wanted to get this, but then I didn't. Good for me. Good for me. I'm gonna Google her name, Holly Daughtry. Daughtry, probably Daughtry. The Daughtry San Antonio Comic Con creators. Da 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 da. Modern Comics. Oh, she's done something else. Mistress's coloring book for AP. Yeah, that's the same art style. This came out in January. Wow, I'm really reviewing this really late, aren't I? Um, anyway, this is a heck of a thing. That's all I gotta say about that. Oh, she has a Patreon apparently. And there's her character. Hey, it's a little character. Let me flip over, show that real quick. There's a monitor. There it is. And hubba. Wow, that seems like the exact opposite what Plush is. So it's a interesting book, really is. And I honestly don't know what to make of it half the time when I'm reading it. You know, I drew this out way too long. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.